my name's Chad, and I bought a fixer-upper. Um, been a long time since I made a video to put up. Although I've taken a little bit of footage over the last couple big projects, so I'm going to try and edit all that together for you today and put something up as an update. I think where we left off previously was that I had been working on the framing around the windows, and I'm pretty happy with that as it is. I still have that front door to do. I just can't seem to make myself do it, but I have the front door. I have the sistering of the new floor joist left to finish up because I still haven't been able to make up my mind about a few things on that, and otherwise, I'd say the framing is done. Um, but to move on, I want to be prepared for an electrician to come out and run all the wire that's going to be needed in the new house. And one of the big projects for that was going to be to get the HVAC equipment up in the attic. And so my dad was out last fall, and we did that. We got it up there. It all still needs to be assembled and connected and tied in and everything. And I need to connect drops to it and run them down to the rooms. But the necessary equipment is in place. With that in place, the electrician can at least put outlets that need to be there. So I need a regular, I think a 110 or a 120 for the motor blower, and I need a lower voltage one for the controller, right, for the thermostat and the controls. I've also made a concrete pad outside for the condenser, and I put the condenser on it, and I have some photos I'd like to put in for that. And for that, and we got the hot water heater hooked up and running, so that's very exciting. I have a couple of videos I took about that because, of course, the plumbing that was running the living unit froze and burst in the middle of the coldest part of the winter. Um, and I just decided I'd had it with the old stuff, so I decided to put in new stuff. And it took weeks, long time, but got it done. And while I was working on that, I thought, I got the cold water done. Why not do the hot water? So I got the hot water put in. Um, what's a challenge? It was a real challenge to get it all in. Um, but got that in, and as part of the process, also moved the main power panel for the house. And so I want to do a quick little video tour of that, and I'll try to put in the old footage that I took at the time, thinking I could steal some time and put it together and put it out there, and didn't get around to it. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll leave you with a little bit of tour here, and then the footage that I took over the winter. Okay, here's my functional hot water heater. I also have this thermal expansion tank above it, which apparently is very necessary. That little stretch of plumbing that connects the thermal expansion tank to a pressure gauge, the incoming line, and the hot water heater took me probably 5 to 7 tries to get it done before it would stop leaking. That was fun. Good memories. I figured out what I was doing, finally fixed it. Now it's all good to go. You may remember I did have, and I just buried the lead, right, or just let the cat out the bag. I did have a little wall here with the power panel on it, and wound up moving it over to this spot where I had wanted to put it, and have run the power for the water heater to it, as well as some circuits to run lights and outlets here in the basement on the first floor.
Very brief tour of plumbing progress. I have a new galvanized 6-inch nipple. I realized too late that the line in from the meter is 3/4 inch, but it's at ridiculously high pressure, so I believe I'm okay going back up to an inch because I need an inch to supply the rest of the house. I have my pressure reducing valve with my tail assembly and the top with a PEX adapter installed. And so that's ready to take the PEX, which you see up there, but it needs a T that runs out to the hose bib and comes back down here to the line in. I'm going to do this connection last, and I'm probably going to take out this this second nipple here because apparently galvanized and brass don't play well together. So I have a piece of stainless I put in there. I have this line run. It's secured. It's relatively straight. I have a little bending work here, a couple turns to get it down behind this beam. And I'm going to rotate the camera because it runs down the back of the beam over to, pardon, camera work, over to this point where it branches to the other, the main plumbing trunk and the building. One side will go to the kitchen and the upstairs common bathroom. That's this one you see at the right angle, and then continuing down through here, I've got the rest of the water main, pardon those temporary electric lines. Coming back here, I've got another T, so this will feed the second floor and the height. It'll feed the second floor, and I've also left in a connection to put a bathroom down here if I want it. But this is all 3/4. I have a T here. This line will T again, and then this T will go to the water heater on the other side of that wall. And this little peggy guy will go to a second hose bib at the back of the house. And the other progress is gonna be hard to see, but I have a headlamp. And ignore the mess, please. Everything is chaos. I have one T here to come to a temporary washer dryer hookup in the shower, and then to go up to the second floor, have it there. Need to get a few more plugs, and I need to decide on where this other branch is going, but that's where I am today. And today, I literally just finished making the last connection that is going to close up my plumbing system, and I'm about ready to throw the water main on, and that will let me look for leaks, which I think I'm probably going to have a lot of, but we'll see if I have any water in this house again. Here goes. 3, 2, 1. All right, the system is now full, and I do not hear spraying or sloshing of water. This could be a very good thing. Let's walk the walk. It works! Ignore my dirty dishes. I haven't been able to clean because I didn't want to waste water on them. It works. Pressure is atrocious. Very slow. Let's see what we can do about that. I had one window with a broken pane in it, and you'll forgive me for not prepping this scene a little better, but I was just pushing dust out through this opening. But I took the window sash out of this window to replace the glass, and I got the old glass out, and I was cleaning it up, and the whole sash assembly just fell apart. So I'm currently working on trying to rebuild that. I'd like to develop that as a skill
that I have is building windows. So this, I think, is an easy way to get into that. And when I have that done, I'll take this plastic off and I'll put that sash back in, clean up that sill, probably take that fan out, and I'll have all but one window in the house fixed, and so I'll have to take another window sash out and get the glass replaced. But I'm familiar with that now, and I can do it, and it's not too much trouble. So that's a good step forward. Here I have the rails, the stiles, and the muntins for the replacement window frame that I've been trying to learn how to use a router table and trying to decide if I should do proper joinery or not try to do proper joinery, because it's kind of it's a skill that I don't necessarily have, but I kind of want to try it, see how it goes. I guess the only big question is how much money do I want to spend on wood, because this is like my third attempt, and I've spent more than I need to spend on this, so maybe I just go for it. But I would like to learn this skill, and I hope to report in with some progress on that shortly. So I've spent some time trying to organize the joint, and you'll forgive my security shades there kind of falling down, but I have a little workshop now. I have my router table here. I have a bandsaw my dad donated to the cause. Thank you, Dad. I have my miter saw, my chop saw. This is my little work table. I brought my table saw over here for better access and clearance and light. This is going to be my kind of masonry and window space. I've got a box for broken glass for that, and I've got my masonry tools and my framing tools. I'll try to put a table over here so it's just kind of like a landing space for stuff I use all the time. And then in this room, I previously had some lumber stacked up, but now I've got kind of all my fasteners here and some hardware. That toolbox is for hardware. I've got my offcuts for my 2x and my other lumber. I've got my plumbing stuff, which is an absolute mess, but I intend to clean that up, get it organized. So I was just spending so much time looking for tools and parts that I decided nuts to that. It's worth spending the time to get it sorted out. So I've got my plumbing stuff, got a little space for electrical stuff, and then I have some toolboxes, tool caddies with various small items, trying to organize them as I need them. So in terms of what I want to do next, or what I intend to focus on next, I've got a section of floor that was pretty badly bug damaged, and I'd like to fix that so that it's out of the way. I have to wrap up some of the fire blocking that I just didn't get to last summer, and I have to secure some sister joints. I think I was talking about that earlier. And then I could start making holes for wires and pipes, and then I can run that stuff. And when that stuff is all run, then I can get the city back out. So it's another thing is I have a permit finally from the city to do this work. Not cheap, but an important thing for getting the approval and getting the project working right. Anyway, it's progress. It's not linear. I wish it was. I tend to bounce around on a lot of things. As I'm looking at stuff right now, I see other little stuff I need to do, but it is moving forward, so that's good. I just need to keep at it. So just remind me, peck away at it all day. Well, not all day, but try to peck away at it as many days as I can. And thanks for watching.